Good morning, kindergartners. Happy Wednesday. Today we are going to keep working on our subtraction, but just like as if we are at school, Wednesdays are math story problem days. At least that's what it's like in my classroom. Miss Paula and Mrs. D's kids, today is a story problem Wednesday. All right, so today I've written my story problem on the whiteboard, but I'm just going to show it to you a little bit at a time so that we can try to solve our math problem all together. Sometimes when we get to read the whole story problem right away, we can get a little distracted and try to rush to the end. So today we're going to break it up and make sure we look at every single part. Are you ready? Okay. 5 frogs were sitting by the pond. It's been nice and warm out lately, so I would love to be sitting by some water, just like these frogs. 5 frogs were sitting by the pond. Is there enough information there to start drawing a picture? You bet. So I'm going to go ahead and get my marker out, and I'm going to start to make my frogs. Now for my frogs today, just going to make little lumps. Remember, in math, it's more important that we're making sure we are getting every part of the problem drawn and that we are thinking about how the problem should look, not necessarily what all the pictures should look like. Okay? 5 frogs were sitting by the pond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go ahead and put my numbers in there because I like to make sure I don't forget. Sometimes when I'm drawing my math problems, I can get really excited and draw so many frogs before I realize I only needed to draw 5. Does that ever happen to you? Do you ever draw way too many things because you forgot to write your numbers or to count while you were drawing? It's okay if it does. It happens to me too. Just remember today when we do our math problems, let's count while we draw and then put the number in each one afterwards. That will help you make sure that you only have the number that should be in the problem. 5 frogs. All right, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to move my camera so you can see the next part of the problem. All right. Here are my 5 frogs sitting in the pond. 2 frogs decided to go for a swim. So 2 of my frogs are going for a swim. Does that mean I should draw 2 new frogs? What do you think? Now, if it said 2 more frogs, that might tell me that there were some extra frogs showing up. If it said 2 frogs joined the 5 frogs, then I might add some more frogs. But it says 2 frogs decided to go for a swim. And I already know that my 5 frogs are by the pond. So I'm going to be thinking with my detective skills, and I'm going to be saying, these 5 frogs are the only 5 frogs at the pond right now. And 2 of these 5 frogs are going to go swimming. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my 5 frogs right back in there. Okay, there's my 5 frogs. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just the same 5 from the first part of the problem. Did I add any extra frogs down here? Nope, it's still 5. Have any of my frogs gone for a swim yet? No, they haven't. How many frogs need to go for a swim? That's right, 2. So I'm going to go ahead and cross 1, 2 frogs out. These 2 frogs are not sitting by the pond anymore. They are swimming off in the pond over here. So I crossed them off of the frogs that were sitting by the pond because they're not by the pond anymore. They are actually inside of it. Okay? Did our number of frogs change now? It did. You can see that now instead of 5 frogs by the pond, we only have 1, 2, 3 frogs by the pond. Now, if you remember from last week, the last step we need to do when we're solving a story problem is to make sure that we write a number sentence or equation to match our picture. Okay? If you can think all the way back to Monday when we were playing with the cars and we had some of the cars go off the road, do you remember that? All right. And I said we could put all of the numbers from my story into our equation. Let's go ahead and try that with this story problem today. So we started with 5 frogs. 5 frogs. And then some of my frogs went away. That's right, 2 of them went for a swim. And some frogs were left. If you can look at my picture here, tell me how many frogs were left. 3 frogs were left. Now all I need to do is put in my math signs between each number, because when we make an equation, each set of numbers should have some sort of math sign between them. 5 frogs. And then 2 frogs went away. They disappeared. Can you show me using your fingers what does the sign look like when some of our frogs or our things or our numbers are going away? They're disappearing. They got taken away or they decided to leave. All right, if you showed me that subtraction sign, it's just one straight line going across. 5, take away 2, and then remember, we can end every equation with an equal sign. 5 frogs, take away 2 frogs that jumped in the pond, makes 3 frogs left sitting. All right, kindergartners, nice job solving a math story problem about subtraction with me. Go ahead and look at our Google Classroom for your subtraction worksheet today. And remember, making your pictures, reading the problem slowly, crossing out the pieces that are disappearing, and making your math equation at the end will always help you be a better mathematician. Have a great day.